We're live. Welcome to Fiercely Local with Marine Bank, a new video program dedicated to exploring the community through the eyes of businesses and local leaders that make it prosper. My name is Shawn Williams, one of the executives of Marine Bank, and I'm joined by Mr. Bill Penny, President and CEO of Marine Bank, who will be hosting some of these videos in the future. And we took the liberty of going ahead and focusing on Marine Bank for our kickoff edition. So without any further ado, I'm just going to get right into it. So,
okay,
Bill,
Shawn, thank you.
Yeah, Bill, welcome to the show. And first of all, I want to talk about how you got into banking, because it's, when we were kids, we probably didn't decide that, when I grow up, I want to be a banker. So how long have you been a banker, and what made you decide to get into this business?
I've been in banking over 40 years, Shawn, and when I was in high school, I loved engines and race cars, and I wanted to be a mechanic and a race car driver. I worked at the Village, and I'm from West Palm Beach. I worked at the Village in North Palm Beach in the mechanic shop. There was a one day, and my mom was always saying, you got to go to college. And there was a one day when the garbage truck broke down, the hydraulic hose was leaking, and my boss took me out there, and I climbed up on the top of a garbage truck in mid-August, changed out a hydraulic hose, and if you've ever had hydraulic oil on you, it never goes away. And I did it because that's what I do. And then I went home and asked my mom, tell me about this college thing. And then I took a class on economics, and one of the chapters was on how banks create money. And I thought, that's really cool. I got to be part of that. And here I am over 40 years later.
Unbelievable. Very long and decorated career. How long have you been with Marine Bank?
I've been with Marine Bank 18 years. Started in 2004 as the Chief Lending Officer, and moved into the CEO role in the corner office in 2010, just in time for the Great Recession.
Wow. Well, tell us a little bit more about Marine Bank. I mean, it's a local bank.
Yep. Marine Bank is the only local bank remaining in Indian River County and also in St. Lucie County. I like to say when we were founded in 1997, if you know what Yellow Pages are, and you can find one from 1997, and you look at banks, we're the only bank there with the same name. So we have grown from our roots on the island in Vero Beach to Vero Beach Mainland, Sebastian, Melbourne, and now we've just opened an office in Fort Pierce.
How many total offices do we have now?
So 5 total banking offices, plus 2 other lending offices, one in Port St. Lucie and then one in Stewart.
Wow. In this day and age of banks, I mean, many banks that we talk about this industry being commoditized. What do you think makes Marine Bank different?
What makes Marine Bank different? It's always about the people. We have just amazing, caring, positively passionate people, I like to say, that want to make a difference in our customers' lives.
Yeah. And, it's obviously hasn't always been puppy dogs and ice cream in the banking industry, and you referenced the situation that happened many years ago. What besides that, what would you say has been some of the biggest challenges that you as a banker has faced in your banking career?
Yeah, thanks, Shawn. The recession in 2010 was by far the biggest challenge. It was my first couple of years as a CEO, and I'd been through recessions in the past. And this was tough. We had 16% unemployment locally, good people, good customers that we had helped that were just struggling. They just ran out of income. We tried to work with the customers as best we could within the very tight regulatory environment that we operate in. I remember a staff meeting, employee meeting we had, and I've got 29 employees at the time, and 28 faces looking back at me, and times were tough. I mean, they were digging our grave. We didn't go in, but they were ready to bury us. And I looked at those 28 faces looking back at me, and every one of those has a family that counts on that income from the bank. Every one of those bankers has a group of customers that they take care of, and we got to make this work. And everybody worked very, very hard. We survived, and now we've moved on to thrive.
Yeah. How do you think ultimately, how did the bank overcome those challenges? A lot of banks didn't.
Right. It's a commitment to the customer, a commitment to doing things right. It's about dealing with the right people over the years leading up to that, and being just very disciplined on what kind of loans we do, and probably more importantly on what kind of loans we don't do.
Well, on that topic, what type of loans does Marine Bank do? And
yeah, we are very good at home loans. One of the most rewarding things that we can do is to see that young couple in their first house. I remember my first house and my first home loan, and what a special time that was. So We have a great team of residential lenders that are very, very good at home lending. And we also have a great team of business lenders that can help your business expand, grow, and again, from a self-rewarding standpoint, to see us, provide funding to a business owner and they hire 10, 20, 30 new employees. That's good stuff, and that reverberates positively throughout our local economies.
It must make you proud every time you see, those loan closings, especially the homes and the businesses.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you've had a long, decorated career, as I mentioned, 40 years. And I mean, is there a moment or a few moments in that career that you would say really stand out as some of your proudest?
Yeah, thanks, Shawn. Great question. During the pandemic, so long ago, we were all scared to death. Nobody knew what was going on. We didn't understand what was going on. And the federal government comes out with this PPP loan program, the Payment Protection Plan, and everybody was on top of that. We're trying to figure it out. The news media is saying, go to your bank and get your PPP loan. And the banks are getting very incomplete information from the Small Business Administration. But we're so proud of our team. We literally locked ourselves in the boardroom, so we're not coming out of here until we figure this out. And we were effectively first to the market. We offered those loans. We got in a rhythm. We delivered $94 million to our local businesses to fund payroll for their employees for 8 weeks. And not only was the capital and the money important, what was really important was the psychology. Like I said, everybody was so afraid of what was going on. And when we could call somebody and say, your loan's been approved, you're going to be able to pay your employees, they were ecstatic, relieved, and their employees were ecstatic and relieved.
How many jobs do you figure those loans probably
We probably, we lost count, frankly. But I think we lost count at 10,000.
Yeah.
That we funded. And one story, and it's one of my favorites, is my friend at the time that ran the local mental health association called me on a weekend and said, our bank can't deliver on a PPP loan, can you help us? And so let's see what we can do. So we were able to do the loan for them, and it worked out. And then I had them on, we were doing a weekly employee huddle on Zoom just to keep everybody up to speed and motivated what's going on in this crazy time. So we had them as a guest speaker. And the Mental Health Association said that the PPP loan that we helped arrange for them funded over 30 jobs that provided for over 300 or 400 patient visits, and most of their patients were first-timers in the healthcare industry. Like, oh my God, what have we done? And there was not a dry eye on that Zoom call. It was, what a realization of just what really good work this team did. And it wasn't me. It was everybody rallying to the cause.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like banking can be a very noble and heroic profession. We don't always get credit for that, but yes. This is the stories
banking
that they
is the noblest of professions. We help, like I said, that first-time home buyer buy their house, the first-time car buyer buy that car, the business owner buy a building and then expanding. And that is very noble, and it's managing capital and providing capital to Main Street. It's very, very, very rewarding profession.
And for the folks out there that may be watching this and wondering, I never really thought about banking as a noble and heroic profession and have an interest in getting into banking. I mean, do you have any advice for someone who's thinking about getting into our profession?
We need great talent in our profession. I'm surrounded by great talent, but we have a little gray hair, so we need to keep the pipeline coming in. So if you have any interest, knowing your way around numbers is pretty good. You don't have to be a mathematician or a PhD in finance, but knowing your way around numbers, knowing your way how to communicate with people effectively, but most importantly, being positively passionate about wanting to help people and help them improve their lives. You have those, you'll go far.
Now, I wouldn't dare point out how many gray hairs you have, of course, you being the CEO of the bank, but you've been doing this a long time, 40 years, and some might say, hey, it's time to hang it up, but you obviously have not. I mean, what drives you? I mean, why do you do what you do every day with all of the challenges that face the industry?
Great question. I get excited about going to work every day. Every day as I'm pulling in the parking lot, I look in the mirror and say, Bill, don't screw it up today. I've got a great team of people that I work with. I love being out with our teammates, and I love going with them to see our customers and how happy our teammates are to come to work at Marine Bank. and how happy our customers are that we are taking care of them and helping them with their dreams. That'll keep me going forever.
Now, you've been a resident of the Treasure Coast for how long?
Born and raised in West Palm Beach, and I moved to Vero Beach 38 years ago.
What do you love most about this community?
This community is amazing. I've raised 3 wonderful kids here. It's so giving. The people I meet, from the employees and the business owners and just the residents and the people in the nonprofits. It's a wonderful community, very open. And if you want to contribute, there's always ways you can contribute, make this a better community. And we've all had our share of leadership positions in the community, the community organizations, and it's just been so much fun to be here for so long and see the community grow and improve, and when we had a small piece of that.
Yeah, and you've been involved in many organizations over the years.
Yes.
You care to talk about a few of those?
Well, sure. I've been chairman of the Chamber of Commerce and the United Way, and ran the United Way campaign 3 times, and it's always amazing just what one person can do. And again, it wasn't me. It was putting together a great team of people and motivating them to achieve success. If I can say, my big adventure now is I'm chairman of our Florida Bankers Association. And people out there say, bankers, but there's a lively group, right? But this is very interesting. We go to Washington 4 times a year and Tallahassee once a year. A good part of it is lobbying, that dreaded word. But we're up talking about capitalism. Our capitalistic system is under attack. I am an unashamed capitalist. I believe that makes the world go round. And our system is under attack, so we are up lobbying for the right for us to make those home loans and to make those business loans and take care of our customers. As long as we can provide capital to Main Street and take care of our customers, we will continue to have a very successful community.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to these programs that we're going to be doing featuring the local businesses and local leaders of the community. I'm looking forward to seeing the interviews that you conduct, and I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to sit down with you for a few minutes and get to know Bill Penny and Marine Bank a little bit more. But I'd like to end by asking, what are you looking forward to most out of these interview sessions with the local community?
Yeah, thanks, Shawn. I go back to the title, Fiercely Local. We are local, and we are really, really good at local. And there are some amazing local people with amazing stories that I want to bring forward, those people that we know, to have them tell their stories. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got some level of success. And if they can share that story and we can all learn from those stories and become a better version of ourselves, that's exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Well, the program is Fiercely Local, and we look forward to broadcasting this on a regular basis for all of you and really spotlighting this community. This has been Shawn Williams and Bill Penny. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.